Good morning. It is Monday, December 14th, 2020. I'm fed up. I am really fed up. As I've said in the past, I am no proponent of tanking the season. I am no proponent of taking pleasure in watching my team lose every game in hopes of this number one pick, who everyone thinks is going to be the next generational talent of this time. The one thing I am sick of is about these losses is that although the Jets proved competitive the last few weeks, most of these losses have been flat out embarrassing. And yesterday was the biggest margin to defeat, 40-3. The Jets flew west and didn't even show up to play. It almost just seemed like a formality, it seemed, just to go out there, play the game, get your butt kicked, and fly home. That's what it felt like. And, it's funny, actually. I was at work yesterday, and on my break, I just said, let me just scope the highlights on YouTube. I didn't know what was going on, so this is how I know I took, instead of going home and watching Game Pass, how I spared 2 hours of my life. I actually was looking at the highlights, and YouTube plays the ads, those stupid ads, and then out of nowhere, by accident, I pressed the end button with 5 seconds left in the video, and as the coaches are shaking hands, and I saw what the score was. So that's how I found out. 40-3. To score 3 points against the league's worst defense against the pass is absurd. Our field goal kicker that we started to rely on missed 3 field goals today. It could have given a chance to for the Jets to at least hang in the game for a little bit. Now, I'm not saying that would have mattered because Russell Wilson had a field day with the defense. So what would have mattered? Russell Wilson had been struggling, but against a team as inept as this, he was going to break out of it. But I'll tell you what happened. The defense bled. They gave up 40 points, whatever. After last week's disgrace against the Raiders, which cost Greg Williams his job, these pro tankers, people thanking him up the rear end for sacrificing his job because they decided to be stupid and put an all-out safety blitz at the Raiders, and it cost the Jets the game. The players were ticked off that they lost that game, that they felt robbed. And I just think, even though Greg Williams got, the boot and everything else in between, personally, I don't think the Jets recovered. I just think even despite this lost season, just to get one win, I just don't. I understand Russell Wilson, is one of the league's best quarterbacks. I get it. But I just think they haven't. I just don't think they recovered. I think it was all too deflating. Kind of like 94 and the fake spike. Just all too deflating. It's either that, or you see a team that is clearly just quit on their coach. But that was a long time ago, it seems, despite being competitive. Adam Gase is as good as gone. It's just a formality for him to coach out these final now 3 games before this mercy ends. But I'm so, this 0-16 thing, do you really want to live with that blemish? Do you really want to live with an 0-16 record? You guys are really kissing the feet of Trevor Lawrence before he's even taken a single snap in the league. I've said it before and I'll say it again. In 2023, it's going to be rinse and repeat. And on top of that, y'all will be crying after every loss anyway, even if we draft the guy. After every loss, don't worry, you'll be crying after him anyway, saying, oh, we sucked and all this other stuff. Watch and see. It is absolutely disgusting how, you fly west and don't even show up. You score the first possession of the game. Yay. And it's just absolutely, I mean, again, it's another more of what can you say? What can you say? It's more of just like, it's just, like I said, they hadn't recovered. They just look like a team that did not recover from last week. That it was just all too demoralizing. Oh, but we had crisp practices all week. Why can't you apply these crisp practices to a game situation? No matter who your opponent is. I don't care who you're playing. You're professionals. The struggling Seattle Seahawks team. The league's worst pass defense. And you only score 3 points. My goodness. My goodness. It's disgusting, folks. It's disgusting. But again, I'm not a tanker, okay? I want to see my team win. At least one. Oh, but the Jaguars would get number 1 if we finish in a tie. I don't care. And anyway, knowing the Jets, like I said, knowing the Jets, they'll mess it up anyway. So if Trevor Lawrence ends up sucking, let's say, in the 3rd year of a contract, you're going to be like, yep, we messed up again after you wanted him so freaking bad. Let's go 0-16. I don't mind it. We'll sacrifice an 0-16 season just to get this kid. Maybe he doesn't want to come to New York. Maybe maybe he doesn't want to play for this mess of an organization. There's rumor they're telling him, don't go there. They're telling him maybe he'll stay in school for another year. Who knows? It all starts with the inept ownership. That's where it starts more than anything. The worst ownership in New York. We thought the Wilpons were bad. The Johnsons are worse. Oh, and add in the Dolans, too. So the Wilpons and the Dolans, we thought they were bad? Oh, no. You've got the laughingstock, not just of New York, the laughingstock of the NFL. You got the Johnson brothers. I should say the Johnson idiots. They have no clue how to run a team. They just sit there. You know what I'm saying? They make no sense whatsoever. You've got dumb and you got dumber. That's what you have. Dumb is unfortunately across the Atlantic Ocean. It's like, if you want to be an owner, if you want to be competent, okay, get back on this side, get this back on the pond, fire your coach. We know he's good as gone anyway. Get things done. I understand, leave the general manager in charge of all the decisions regarding the team. That's what you have to do. Which was a big mistake, hiring Adam Gase before you hire a general manager. Or better yet, do it the way you did, how you fired the sitting general manager after the draft. Okay, so that's how we seem to work here. No idea how to run a football team. None. You start all over. You keep Joe Douglas. He has a good football mind. Let Douglas handle the decisions. The first thing he does is get rid of this coach, the day after the season's over. Or better yet, on the plane back from New England, you get rid of him there. You say, your services are no longer needed. Your access to the building is blocked. We will mail you all your belongings. That's what you need. I'm fed up. But this is great. This is great. Let's root for the Rams next week. Oh, come on, Jared Goff. Oh, please, torture us some more. Put us out of our misery. We want Trevor Lawrence so bad. In the long run, this is great. No, it's not. I don't root for my team to lose. Never. I love my team passionately. Oh, but it's what's best. No, it's not what's best, all right? Like I said, 3 hours on a Sunday, I root for victories. You play to win the game, said a certain coach that we once had. So to sit there, these players don't care about tanking. They play to win. Unfortunately, the Jets went to Seattle yesterday and didn't show up to play. A wasted trip out west. What can you say? An all-around butt kicking everywhere. But again, I mean, listen, at the rate you're going, even if you draft Trevor Lawrence, you're going to get him killed too. The same way you did Sam Darnold, the same way you did Mark Sanchez, in a way, the same day you did Geno Smith. You know, you have nothing to build on, you get the guy killed. And this is our irrelevance for you. This is the laughingstock that the Jets are. A continued laughingstock. They've been irrelevant for 5 years. Haven't made the playoffs in 10. That's how a long way that the Jets just had not recovered as a team. And it's disgusting. It's embarrassing that the team is irrelevant by October, year after year after year. And it's just got to, it's horrible. It's a brand new low. You know, Adam Gase is the worst coach we have. He makes Richie Kotite look like Dick Vermeil. Just pulling someone out of a hat here. But I'm sick and tired of this nonsense. It's nonsense. You know, I'm almost embarrassed to say, you know, someone at work yesterday, oh, so what team do you root for? And I kept giving him every little subtle hint in the book because I was just afraid to come out with the Jets. I will always love this team. Okay, my heart is with them. I will always love them. And I root for victories. I would never waste a Sunday hoping they would lose every week. I don't believe in that. I don't care about the first pick. I don't care. If we fall into Trevor Lawrence and he performs, great. I'll be on board, all for it. But, you know, at the expense of my team losing for the... Oh, but there's no point in losing for the rest of the... winning games for the rest of the year. These guys play to win. They're not going to play to appease us fans. And I'm not going to go out there and root for my team to lose. You know, I know all of you went ballistic after Henry Ruggs got that game-winning touchdown last week. Some of you called it an early Christmas present. But you want to know my reaction? I sat at my computer screen stunned. And then got so angry I took it out of my laptop. But yesterday, it's an embarrassment. It was just all around embarrassment. You know, Jamal Adams wanted out. He's out and he's much more happier. Got his little sack record. And he actually dropped a surefire interception. But that's how low it's become. I mean, you people wanted to suck for Sam, and now you wanted to kick him to the toilet. That's what you do. And he may not be here next year. You know, but you're not keeping him and Trevor Lawrence together. That's just, you can't have that. You just can't. That being said, before I run out of space, got the Rams next week. Cross-country trip. You know, initially they were supposed to travel from Seattle, but obviously COVID-19 said otherwise. So, go ahead, Jared Goff. Kill us all you want. That being said, happy Monday.